No, já si vezmu tady kytičku, tu si doma usmažím a udělám si polívku. Jo, zdravstvujte hotý a vol, kamarádi. Vítám vás u druhého dílu tady našich lekcí magie. Já bych tady chtěl ideálně začít tady tím, že si sklidím kytičku. Každopádně dneska se naučíme experiarmus. S tím, že my začneme tím experiarmem, jak říkám, s tím, že potom já bych chtěl zaprvé zapnout si ten quest. Že tady musíme dělat rovnou. OK, v tom případě já bych tady šel pohnout s hlavní děvolinkou. Na to bych se dneska soustředil, během toho se naučíme experiarmus a když to dobře dopadne, nějak jako časově, tak by mohlo být i docela fejtící videjko. Možná že bychom se učili další nějaký dualistický věci, nebo tak něco, takže by to mohla být sranda. Každopádně by mě zajímalo, co se stane, když vezmu tady a vyhodím tady tohle. To má jako všichni v píči tady, vole, žravý salát, jo. Třeba to je prdel. Můžu ho jako si nějak sebrat, jako, nebo? Lol. To nic moc, tak jsem čekal, že to aspoň něco udělá, to, když už. Tož kde je ta knížka Prince dvojí krve? Abych to tady mohl poounit.
Potions is one of the most challenging and hazardous subjects taught at this school. As fifth years, you will be required to reach new heights of both discipline and intellect. You will begin this term by brewing a Wigan-Weld potion. Mr. Takar, can you tell us why this particular potion might come in handy?
Yes, Professor Sharp. The Wigan-Weld potion can be used to sterilize and even heal a variety of injuries.
It can heal some injuries, but not all. Points for Ravenclaw. Before today's class is completed, each of you will have brewed a Wigan-Weld potion of your own.
Super, takže hold poťáky.
You know when you might need it. Please begin.
Jdeme vařit.
Use a strong, even motion when crushing your ingredients. Please be meticulous when adding powder to your potions.
Čemu teďka štěstí, že nebyla vidět kamera, takže to bylo kvílení mýho stolu, jo, jen tak mimochodem. Pim. Úplně dramaticky tam dal tu nabíračku, ne?
I see most of you have not forgotten how to stir.
Prostý, jsme první, kdo to udělal.
Not an easy potion to brew. Well done. And from what I hear of your recent exploits in Hogsmeade, you'd also do well to practice brewing the defensive Edurus potion. Professor Weasley had you acquire the recipe from J. Pippins, correct?
Yes, sir.
Good. For the moment you can find the ingredients you need in my office. But in the future you'll be expected to provide your own ingredients. Some can be harvested from the plants you grow in your herbology class, and rarer ones can be purchased. Others, however, may be harder to obtain, and will require you to be a bit more resourceful. Come and see me when you finish brewing.
Tak je to můj první den ve škole, co chceš do píči, dětku? Tvé to tak jako, že když první den do školy zapomeneš si tušku a už máš problém, ty vole. A je. Tak jakou bombu tam mám do ní? Teda, se chceš něco zeptat, nebo?
He did say that. He wants me to get more ingredients to brew another potion.
Brilliant! You, my friend, have been presented with an extraordinary opportunity. I'm Gareth, by the way. Gareth Weasley. Bit of a prodigy with potions, if I do say so myself.
Pleasure to meet you. Wait, are you related to Professor Weasley?
She's my aunt. Keeps too close an eye on me for comfort. But she can't be everywhere. Listen, anyone with a troll-sized brain can brew an Edurus potion. I'm working on something that's certain to be spectacular. I'm just missing one tiny last ingredient that will add that extra spark.
I suspect that's where I come in.
You're as clever as I'd hoped. I simply need a single Fwooper feather. As you'll already be in Sharp's office with his permission, perhaps you could grab it for me.
No tak jo, hej, tak to už nezmizel, tak co už, jako no. Jednou had vždycky had, no.
Fwooper feathers aren't that valuable. Wait until you see what I'm brewing. Hurry back to me when you have the feather.
Takže on chce vymáchat ve vodě pírko. No doufám, že z toho nedostaneš salmonelu, brácho. Co ty chceš? Co? Tohle je ten office? Tady nějaký vlčisko. Memorandum. Dáty 31st of December 1849. Nebudeme tohle číst, jo? Proč tady všechno, čeho se dotknu, tak zmizí prostě. Feda. Fuba. Nic.
I was impressed that you were able to answer Professor Sharp's question about the Wiggenweld potion.
Oh, you're the new student. I've heard much about you. Thank you. I'm Amit, by the way. Pleasure, truly. And I've never seen anyone brew such a flawless Wiggenweld potion on their first try. Well done.
I'm glad I was able to get it right the first time.
You must simply have a knack for potion making. Some students seem so confounded by potion recipes, it's as if they're written in gobbledygook. A fascinating language, by the way. Neither here nor there, really, but I am a self-taught speaker. Merlin's beard, good conversation is the enemy of free time. I must return my book, Gateway to the Far Stars, before my next class. Speaking of stars, we'll be in astronomy together. You'll love it. Professor Sharp.
We'll be in astronomy together.
Clever. See you soon, no doubt.
Já se omlouvám, šamponku. Dobře, budeme s tebou studovat hvězdičky. Ale ne při západu slunce. Je to jasný?
Here's the flopper feather you wanted.
Brilliant! Thank you. This is going to take a moment to brew. You should get back to brewing your Juris potion, and I'll tell you when this concoction's finished.
Jo, přesně tak, jdeme se vrátit k dělání. Co mám dělat? Neví to někdo? Počkej, takže. Wigglewin Edurus potřebujeme udělat, jo? Brew Edurus potion. Yes, boom. Juhu. To je poťák, kde já tam hodím prostě kožišinu z vlhka. Jaj, mojka. A to všechno se dělá samo, to udělám jenom abrakadabra, udělej mi potku a ono to dělá potku, jo? Nebo jako... Co když půjdu zpátky? Jo, dobrý. Takže toho se dá avkovat. Počkej, tak což znamená, že když tam bude třeba poťák, který se bude dělat prostě plus minus věčně. Jsi to pasral, veď zas? No, já tady riskuju kejhák, aby on to pasral. No, když se tady dá avkovat, což v tom případě vypadá, že když já jako tady půjdu... Počkej, já se ho tady dám dělat, když tak... Jo, nemám to, ale když to bude nějaký náročnější potion, třeba mnoholičák, který se dělá 3 měsíce, tak tady může být na plánu udělaný. A já mezi tím dohraju hru a pak mi to udělá mnoholičák. Dobré.
I brewed an Edurus potion as you asked, Professor.
I'm surprised you had the time. You seemed rather busy helping Mr. Weasley brew chaos.
I'm sorry, Professor. I was merely trying to help a friend.
Taking responsibility for one's actions does go a long way with me. I shall assume that you've learnt a lesson. As for the work you did today at your own cauldron, I will say you've done well. I confess I was skeptical given the advanced nature of this class and the fact you're a new student.
I'm glad I was able to meet your expectations.
A rare occurrence. And you do well to remember that you're not a potions master quite yet. In addition to having a solid grasp of how to combine various ingredients, you should gain an understanding of the ingredients themselves. Pay particular attention in herbology. The plants you nurture there are often essential to the potions you brew here. Now, I recommend that you find a safe location in which to practice brewing. You cannot leave a hot cauldron simply anywhere. That'll be all.
Jo, nemáme žádný quest. Dobře, tak mi dejte pár minut. Ugandu tady nějakou. Mít na ty Inai in Lower Uganda Hogsfield. Dobře, jdeme. Kdybych viděl, kudy se dostanu z téhle třídy. Nechtě mě pustit ven, pomoct! Jak už se to zhrne, předtím do něho jenom tak šťouchnu, teď mu dal jako pěstí. Takže až tady budu třeba po třetí nebo po čtvrtý, tak to po něm vyběhne a budu se tady prát, ne? Tohle musíme, jo počkej, to není to, co jsem si myslel. Kámo, prostě fajtící houba? Lol. Tak, tady. Tak, Akio. Tak. Jsi červená, budeš hořet? Ha. Ne, je tady jenom čestka. Tak. Asi jako nebudu skrývat jako to. Nebudu skrývat, no opak od nadšení. Nebudu skrývat smůlu prostě, nebo to tady najednou není prostě, nevím. Kudy má asi tam 97 metrů, to doplavem, ne? Tož jsou tady.
It is good to see you, my friend.
It is good to see you, my
How are
friend.
you?
I am well, thank you. I was there, and I saw what happened with Rookwood and Harlow at the Three Broomsticks. I have been worried about you.
I'm all right at the moment.
If you don't mind my asking, why were they looking for you?
Jo, holka, to nevím.
They want something that Professor Fig and I found at Gringotts.
When were you at Gringotts?
Just before we came to Hogwarts. In fact, it's why I was late to the sorting ceremony. A portkey brought us there after the dragon attacked our carriage.
What on earth?
There's one more thing. It's a bit odd, if I'm honest. Professor Fig says I have a rare connection to a powerful form of ancient magic.
What does that mean?
I'm still learning, but I can see traces of it, and I've cast magic I can't otherwise explain. I know that's a lot to absorb.
It is. And I will have more questions. For now, it is safe to say that Rookwood and Harlow are a threat to both of us. To all of us. Which is why I wanted to speak to you. Everyone has been talking about you defending Hogsmeade from that troll attack. And I shall never forget watching Serona stand up to Rookwood and Harlow in the Three Broomsticks. Both of you have inspired me to take a stand of my own.
What sort of stand?
Men like Rookwood and Harlow are the reason my mother and I left Matibililand. I am not going to sit by and watch them destroy my new home.
Matibililand. To zní jako nějaký místo z Ugandy.
Good. Rookwood and Harlow are a dangerous pair. And you should know that Rookwood is in league with Ranrock.
I had heard they were seen in Hogsmeade together. All the more reason they must be stopped. Rumor has it that Theophilus Harlow runs Rookwood's day-to-day operations. Taking him down would cripple Rookwood's entire enterprise.
That may be true.
Jo,
But
jdeme z ní
shouldn't
udělat
Officer
kripla.
Singer handle someone like Harlow?
I spoke with her. She was polite, but perhaps understandably would not discuss details with a student. I overheard some of Rookwood's lot talking about a massive poaching operation that Harlow is planning. I was thinking that we could investigate a bit.
Bože, to je strašně ukecané, ty vole.
All right. But how?
I am going to watch and listen, find out precisely what Harlow is up to. I shall reach out when I know more. In the meantime, remember, I am here if you need me.
Thank you, Natty.
Jsi tak daleko, že už jsem asi v životě ne...
Oh, God.
Jo, proto tady udělali tohle. Chápu. Máš nějaký problém, ty kuse kamene. Incendio! Akio! Leviosa! Avada Kedavra! Ju!
I never thought Ranrock's loyalists would go this far.
Pardon me, is everything all right?
Hardly. I've just lost my business and almost my life. You'd best look elsewhere for wares. I've nothing to sell now. I never thought it'd come to this. Be on your guard. Ranrock and his loyalists will spare no one.
They attacked you.
Oh, Ranrock has no patience for goblins who won't join him. While I too would like to see goblin kind treated by wizards as equals, bloodshed is not the answer. When I said as much, they turned on me, struck me till I nearly passed out. Took my carts, my belongings, even that which is most precious to me, my paintings.
Has Ranrock's lot ever attacked you like this before?
They've been taunting and threatening me for a while now. But they've always believed that violence is the only way to get what they want. Things have taken a much darker turn of late. Ranrock is getting more powerful, and his loyalists know it. They feel untouchable. Ranrock assumed that all goblins would agree to follow him, but he was wrong. Many of us would like a diplomatic end to the discord with wizard kind.
Já jsem měl neodkladnou potřebu zívnout si. Každopádně Farer chce Discord, jo? S Wizard Kindem. Dobře.
I'm sorry this happened to you. I shall certainly
A
keep
když
an
chce
eye
někdo
on
jako
it.
Discord, je v popisku videa, tam se můžete připojit, občas tam kecáme. Takže může být sranda.
Too dangerous to try and retrieve them. I did enchant the carts to return to me if I ever lost them, however. Slim though the chances may be, I'm holding out hope that some of what was taken is returned to me. It was nice meeting you.
Dobré.
I wish it had been under better
Tady někde jsem viděl. Hezky skované. Děkuji. To bylo za zdí. Chápu? Jo. Zamčeno. Alohomora ještě neumíme, bohužel. Tak, ale já si hodím tady Trials of Merlin. Tak, hodíme si tady hlavní quest, protože a jelikož chci pohnout hlavní dělovou linkou, která nám odemkne spoustu nových věcí.
Victor Rookwood don't give a doxy's nip back your time. Oi, speak of the devil. Mr. Rookwood would like a word with you.
A student, you can't be
Enough out of you.
Leave her alone.
Stupefy, když už jsou takhle dost stupidní. Boom! Tak, asi potřebuju tady vylevlit. Tak, to byl druhý, třetí, čtvrtý. No to je jedno. Tak, incendio! Leviosa! Tak, dobré, jenom doufám, že jsem stihl se vyhnout tolikrát, abych udělal ten Experiarmus. Ty chceš ještě furt fightit? Collector Secret Field Guide is updated with a new enemy type. Oh! Tak, pojďte. Au! Tak, a pojď tady, vole, Avada Kedavra. Ha! Je to Avada Kedavra, nebo Abracadabra ohořelý lístečky modrým plamenem? Dobrý den, paní Noro. No, jak se asi musí z tyhle cítit, to je jedna stařenka a jdu na ní 3 týpci.
Victor Rookwood's thieves and extortionists, his little cronies, they seemed quite keen on you.
It's a long story, but thank you for your help.
Well, you've avoided them for the moment. Priya warned me things were getting dangerous. Best get moving on my research before they return.
Research, how interesting.
Nora Treadwell at your service, historian and archaeologist specializing in Merlin's work and life.
Oh.
I thought that Merlin and the tales about King Arthur's court were a myth.
Mere myth. You're lucky Sir Cadogan didn't hear you. Chatters on endlessly about his connection to Merlin from his portrait at Hogwarts. Merlin attended Hogwarts, you know, and I'm studying some curious fixtures he left here centuries ago.
Fixtures?
These vine-covered pillars, dozens of them, all around the area. I've taken to calling them the Trials of Merlin. I believe he created them as a diversion for his fellow Slytherins. He was terribly fond of puzzles and enigmas.
Super. A proto já nejsem schopný vyrušit jeden debilní puzzle přes celou školu. Super. Jo, dobrá práce, Merline.
I'd be keen to know more about the trials.
Well then, I'll let you in on a little secret. No one has yet managed to figure out how they work. But I believe I have just unlocked a crucial clue. I suspect that Mallowsweet is an important component in getting the trials to work.
Mallowsweet?
Versatile herb. Merlin repeatedly mentioned it in his writings. I had just arrived to test my theory when I was so rudely interrupted. You see, each swirl in Merlin's writing has a symbol in the center. That started me thinking, what if...
The Mallowsweet is meant to be placed at the center of the symbols.
Precisely. Would you care to do the honors? We can see what comes of our little hypothesis. I brought a trunk chock full of Mallowsweet with me. It's just over there by my tent.
Jo, dobré, tak jo, fajn, tak to vezmem. Haha, Mallowsweet.
Notice the vines on these pillars here, as well as a stone swirl on the ground. Each trial has these features. Place the Mallowsweet on the swirl, and we'll see what happens.
A jo, tady. Hustý! Ne, nic jsem neviděl. Zapálíme? Když to zapálím tady odsud. Tak, to je třetí. Co teď? Hustý! Dobré. Jo, kytičky. Hard to believe it. A k čemu to je?
I take it we can call that a success?
We can indeed. However, I now have even more questions. How does it work? I must review my notes. I may have missed something.
Are all of the trials like this one?
Oh, not precisely. Well, I think each has those telltale vines and the swirl on the ground. You should feel free to solve them as you come across them. I believe I have what I need to continue my research. My guess is that each will also require mallow sweet, which you can find in Hogsmeade should you need more. I really must be off. Such a pleasure to meet you.
Jasné.
And do be careful out here. Now I've got what
Neboj, prosím tě, já jsem opatrnost sama. Quest complete. Trials of Merlin. Nice. Tak, Professor Assignment 2. A ten Defense Against the Dark. Já budu mít jako solo hodiny, jo? Dobře.
Professor, I completed all of your most recent assignments.
Well done. Then you're ready to learn Expelliarmus. Pay close attention. The disarming charm may often be all you need to defeat the most powerful dark witches and wizards you might encounter. Spellcasting requires a focused mind and a steady wand.
Jo, Expelliarmus. Dobré, akorát by to chtělo přehodit si tu, no, ať mám...
Professor, do you have a moment?
I do. What is it?
I wondered, did you attend Hogwarts?
I did. I am a proud member of Ravenclaw House. Why do you ask?
I was curious as to how Hogwarts has changed over the years.
I see. Well, the castle itself, as I'm sure you have surmised, is full of surprises. I dare say more than the staircases change around here. As for the students, well, they seem to get more capable every year. Although, we got up to just as much mischief in my day as you seem to now. I used to look the other way at all sorts of roguery when I was head girl. I can tell you, however, that I did once admonish a certain Phineas Nigella's Black for enjoying a sugar quill during a lecture.
I hadn't realized that you and Professor Black were, students here together.
Appearances can be deceiving. You see, I was once wounded by time itself.
Time itself? I never would have imagined such a thing.
Ah, well, it was the risk I took with my prior position. You may or may not have heard that I was an unspeakable at the Ministry for years.
An unspeakable? What does...
As you might suspect, I cannot speak about what we did. Suffice it to say, the job was not without its hazards. Now, I hope I've satisfied your curiosity for the moment.
You have. Thank you for speaking with me, Professor.
Keep up with your wand work. One must always be prepared for mischief, both inside and outside of the castle.
Zolka, neboj. Ale já si tady vyzkouším. Zkusíme tady tohle. Čistě teoreticky, když já udělám. Tak, potřebuji ten Expelliarmus, tak. Udrží ho to ve vzduchu. Tak, kam jdeme teď? Tu. South Wing. Tady si to zkusím objevit. Doufám, že se neobjevím nikde na schodech, to by bylo fakt blbý. Tady jsou ty šutry. Tady u tohohle šutru dala Hermiona pěstí tomu Malfoyovi. Což znamená, že tamhle by měl být Hagrid! Juhu! Klofane, jsme tady. Jo, tady ještě není klofan vlastně. Myslím, že musím počkat pár let. Dobrý den. Nazdar.
Thank you for coming all this way. The name's Scrope. Scrope serves the headmaster. Been in the Black family for years. Apologies for the abundance of notes. Scrope wanted to be sure you weren't followed.
What's this all about? Your notes mentioned the book I found in the restricted section.
Scrope can tell you more in exchange for your help, but no one, especially the headmaster, can know.
Samozřejmě.
Happy to help. especially if you can shed light on the book.
Scrope is grateful. Scrope's late mistress, Apollonia Black, may she rest in peace, was a student at Hogwarts over 50 years ago. Before she died, she spoke with passion of pages ripped from a book. Scrope suspects she took them to her private grotto. She was delirious at the end, poor thing. Mistook belladonna for elderberries. Scrope tried to warn her.
I'm sorry to hear that. But how do you benefit if I find the pages?
Scrope believes that a treasured black family ring is also in the grotto. Scrope wishes to give it to the headmaster. Apollonia forbade Scrope from entering the grotto long ago. Scrope continues to honor her wishes. Scrope would not dare ask a student for help. But when Scrope learned you were looking for those pages, Scrope thought you might also find the ring.
Tak jo.
It seems this may help us both. I shall do it.
Scrope is relieved. Scrope hoped the young Slytherin would be willing to help. Take this toast to the grotto just down the coast and place it on the pedestal there. Good luck.
Nevím, co to je, víme, co to bylo. To je fakt skákání na hovno tohle. Co to je za žávu? Chcipni! Incendio! Akio! Počkej, brácho, jdeme na tebe schopnosti, počkej. Takže mám tady tohle, zkusíme na tebe Expelliarmus. A to je všechno asi, no. Tohle na tebe hodím. Au! Můžeš to hodit na něj, prosím? Vedle! Tak, prásk! Fuchtle, vole. Fuj, jsem soholek. Tamhle další, jo? A vyjovaných tady je víc, koukám. Amarela kedavra! Bum! Počkej, ale já bych chtěl tohle. Kolekt, děkuji. Přežil si plus minus 1050 žab, takže přežiješ i jedno plavání v bikině. Pojď.
Why would I need a piece of toast? I suppose that's where it goes.
Hustý. Kachličky dostanu na papáno, nebo? Jo, strč si to do prdelky, pojď. Tak tohle to nevypadalo jako otevření tajného vchodu, tohle to vypadalo jako když by tady někdo hodil bombarda Maxima. Dobrý den. Nice.
A map.
A map.
It doesn't appear to be connected to the missing pages. Best hang on to it.
Could it be? A visitor?
Je hele, bezhlavejnik. Nebo skoro bezhlavejnik, nebo někde něco. Fuj, ty jsi nechutnej.
The name's Richard Jackdaw. I was a student, just like you, about a century ago. How in the world did you find this place?
A house elf named Scrope sent me. Said I might find a black family ring here.
Sorry to say, I sold the ring a long time ago. Poor Scrope. Still holds a candle for Apollonia, I reckon. Can't say I blame him. I stole all these treasures just to impress her. Alas, 'twas to no avail. I thought a secret map I pilfered from Peeves would pique her interest. She simply rolled her eyes. What would I want with yellowed old pages torn from a book? Not my finest moment.
I'd like to have those pages if you don't mind.
They're not here. I thought if Apollonia wasn't interested in the map on the pages, perhaps it would lead to something that would intrigue her. So, I followed the map to what I can only describe as an enchanted cave of some kind. And you see what happened next? Here's an idea. Why don't you meet me at the edge of the Forbidden Forest, and I'll show you where to find the pages.
OK, jdeme se nechat zabít do nezapovězení lesa.
I'm sure the pages are still tucked in my waistcoat. If you don't mind the sight of a, well, my decapitated skeleton, they're yours for the taking.
Dobře no. Tak jdeme followovat Jack Doua. Tak, tam hupni. Pořádný karaola hoď v mikině a šále. Pojď. Čau Skrame, teda Skroupe.
Hello Scrope. Thanks to you, I was able to enter Apollonia's grotto. The toast was the key. I met a ghost there, Richard Jackdaw, who's agreed to lead me to the pages I've been looking for.
That boy was never good enough for Apollonia. Oh, what of the Black family ring?
I'm sorry to say that Jackdaw sold it long ago.
Sad news indeed. Scrope shall need to think of another way to impress the headmaster. Well, Scrope takes some consolation in knowing that the young Slytherin found what they needed.
I did. Thank you again, Scrope. You're a credit to House Elves.
Jo. Dobré, tak pán lusknul a zmizel. A já taky lusknu. A ukončím tady tohle video. Ale každopádně děkuju, že jste tady dokoukali až sem. Já se tady postavím, ať máte nakonec videa hezký výhled. To bylo pro tohleto video všechno. A určitě mi napište do komentářů, jestli vás ta série baví. Popřípadě, jestli máte nějaký rady nebo něco, tak určitě mi to napište do komentářů, dejte mi vědět, prosím pěkně. Pokud ještě nemáte odběr, tak to okamžitě napravte. A loučím se s váma. Zatím ahoj, čau.